They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big pickup there on the run. 39 yards. A nice, strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
DeAndre Levy is one of those linebackers who makes everyone around him better when he's on the field.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Pitch goes to Rawls. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. 3rd and long. It's Simeon. And he connects with Ebron. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends are creating so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. No. Jack, Patriot!
Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and 4. Now, they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
Hey, here we go. Four down.
Now Simeon on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Vance McDonald, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, and as we saw in week 1, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line.
Gone!
They come up in an offset eye, and the wideout in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Kessler. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Now a former Tar Heel, Giovanni Bernard, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. A group effort there, a bunch of Charger defenders there to make the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, here's Bernard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Dante Fowler just made a play that he could be really proud of there. Nice tackle for loss. And what a relief it is for him to be back on an NFL field after missing his entire rookie season with a knee injury.
I think the entire defensive unit is relieved that he's out there. On 3rd down, Kessler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now San Diego getting set to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prep for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they like to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And boy, the payoff was good.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A really nice carry there by the Flint, Michigan native Thomas Rawls.
A transfer from Michigan back to Central Michigan. Got overlooked in the NFL draft when he came out. Ended up being a priority free agent. And boy, what a rookie season he had before injuring his ankle. This guy is something else. When he gets going...
Second down following the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Green alone out to the right. They'll try the air now with Simeon. He finds the tight end Harbor, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
First down, this is Rawls. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The linebacker, William Compton, in on the tackle.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
To throw on second is Simeon. And his throw is incomplete. He was aiming for his tight end, Clay Harbor, there. And it's 3rd and 5.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, balls out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
On the screen, Bernard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Second down, Kessler. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On 1st down, Kessler. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go! Green, Detroit! Here we go!
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kessler. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now San Diego getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
From the 50, it's Simeon. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he connects with Ebron. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. So he makes the grab and the change move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Let's go! Blue, land it!
Simeon on first down. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. And now the offense operates in the red zone. From the red zone now, Simeon. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
All right, here we go.
Off of play action, Simeon. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cliff Averill in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now let's go. Blue, land it. Blue, land it.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So we've reached the intermission, and what right now is a... All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The tight end changing his position.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When people see Vince Wilfork, they don't think about his versatility, do they? But we've seen that throughout his career where he's actually played some defensive end as well as his expected defensive tackle and nose tackle positions. Strength, great quickness inside that allows him to make plays in the offensive backfield.
Absolutely a run stopper.
Detroit! Over!
On second down, here's Kessler. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Gone.
In motion right is Evans. Off the play fake. Kessler. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. I don't care if you're taking it around one, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is really be able to bounce back in the next one, because right now, this has not been his game.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now. And
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They come up in an offset eye. Simeon. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
No, check, Patriot!
And he motions the wide receiver. On the toss, Bernard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Slot man moves right. Here's Bernard. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Here we go now. All right, now, look at 56.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Watch him now, Barney. Over.
Now they'll throw with Kessler. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
On first down, Kessler. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Watch it now, Barney. Detroit!
Kessler again here on 2nd and 10. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
On third down, Kessler. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as... On 2nd down, here's Kessler. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And quickly, they get to the line. Into the red zone now. It's Kessler. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On 2nd down, Kessler is going to find his running back. It's complete. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll run here with Bernard. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, after last week, where he kept finding the end zone, what do you have, 2 touchdown runs?
Yep.
He's got to be just a tad frustrated here. Close, but he hasn't gotten in.
Well, maybe they give him another shot. We'll see.
Well, I would think so. I think he's built up that type of equity, but the guys on the other side of the ball know it, too.
Now Bernard, and he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. And now San Diego getting set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Rawls. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Star Latulele in on the tackle. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Simeon. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Simeon. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Here we go now.
On 2nd and 10, Simeon had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Simeon. Time for a break. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
Here's Kessler. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Kessler to throw. He's got time. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme. So
now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot. Over.
Now Kessler. free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Left side, caught by Matthews. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And that is incomplete. So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback. No one likes to see their quarterback hit.
Kessler to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Perriman in motion right. To throw is Kessler. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw, Kessler. It fights him off. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Oh, did the Jags get this? Yes, Jags football. So they needed the onside kick, and they got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Back to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Rashawn Robinson. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So out come the Chargers. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Attempt carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.